Okay, do you like this girl? How many, what do you think? Guys, just guys vote. Is this an attractive young girl? Do you think so? Well, some of them think so, right? Okay, let's take the next picture. This man posted her picture. His name is Paul Parker. He's the attorney in Bay County. He's the one who went online and pretended to be that girl. He's the one I mentioned to you when we were waiting on that video to come up a while ago, who pretended to be that girl, and he wound up luring the 11 teenage boys to make the video cam. Explicit stuff he downloaded, okay? It wasn't him at all. This is him now. He's in prison. That's what he looks like. That's who you could be talking to. Paul Parker. Paul Parker, instead of the girl you thought it was. So trust the picture, or don't trust the information given to you that a stranger puts up there that you don't really know. Let's go to the next one. Look at this one. This is Danny. I know you can't read his name. It's not easy to read with the lights somewhat on here. And you aren't going to read all of this, but this is Danny's profile. He put this up on MySpace. Danny put this up. It looks like anybody else's profile. He says he likes poetry, plants, flowers, watching movies by the fire. Very romantic, right? Let's see. There's some more of it. Danny loves his country. He's here for dating, serious relationships, friends, networking. So far, he has 14 friends listed. This looks like an ordinary, everyday MySpace site. Well, let's look at another site that Danny has. This is that one back. Go back to that one. Well, let's look at another site. This is, that's all right. Go ahead. Go ahead to the next one. This was Danny looking for a girlfriend. It said he's posted his, but look at the tattoos that are up there, okay? We're going to come back to that in a minute. And then let's go on to the next ones. I want to show you the other site he has. Look at the website that belongs to Danny. This is in Arizona. This is where Danny is a registered sex offender. Okay? He looked like, when he had a MySpace site, just like he had an ordinary one like you. Now, you wouldn't probably know that those tattoos were made in prison. And probably the police officers here, the sheriff's deputies, may recognize that. There are certain ones that you don't see tattoos very often unless they are made in prison. And he had them on his arms. He said he's looking for a girlfriend, et cetera, et cetera. That's the danger. People post stuff out there, and they could be a known sexual predator. They could be unknown sexual predator. Let's move on. That's his other website, as I mentioned to you, in Arizona, because that's where he's posted and was wanted at that time in that whole scheme of things. This video is impressive, too. Look at it. Well, I guess I got there too fast. That's all right. We sometimes get ahead of ourselves. This is integrated into the system, but it didn't work as well today as we'd like. But this should pop up.
The internet, it's a tool that has to be used properly. You know, it's like a knife. I mean, it's very helpful. It can also cut you. My name is Julie. When I was 13, I started talking to Tom. He didn't act or even sound like a 56-year-old man. So he was different on the computer. I knew that I wasn't supposed to be talking to him, but I did it out of a retaliation against my parents. It felt nice to have somebody who wasn't always trying to tell you what to do. It started to get more like a relationship where it went from just friends to best friends, a more personal relationship than best friends. I would instant message him between 3 and 6 hours a day. I was really upset whenever I couldn't get on the internet because I knew that he would be like, "What were you doing?" And he emailed me like 10 times to wondering where I was at. Then you feel like extremely bad about it. It was an opportunity for him to manipulate more. I trusted him more than anybody else. He mentioned, wouldn't it be nice if we were together all the time? And then the thought came up of running away. The night I left, I kissed all my brothers goodnight, and he was in his truck, and we just rode out. I ran away for 3 weeks. The day that I was found, we were on our way to Reno. Somebody reported us and saw our truck. I knew pretty much it's over. And I never really thought the day would come. He's going to be in jail for 25 years. He sent a letter to me saying that it was my fault and that he was going to kill me if he ever got out of jail. I was really upset because he didn't say anything about caring about me. I didn't think of his background, and I didn't apply it to myself, and so maybe he could have done anything to me, even killed me. And so, now that I'm back, I feel like there's this huge emptiness inside of me. If I could have talked to people, maybe I would have had a different view on some things. If you're planning to run away, it doesn't help solve anything. If it does anything, it makes it worse. Little things can end up becoming a big thing. I kind of wish that I never would have run away in the first place. I would never do it again.
I think that video pretty well says it all. But the bad guys can be anybody, and you don't want to walk out the door. That "let's meet in real life" is exactly what that little girl did. And they're not what they seem to be. The predators promise you the things they want, the love, the romance, those kinds of things. That's what she's talking about. Some kids are lonely, and some of you have lots of friends. Some of you think, but think about it this way. You can find friends and communicate with them without having friends in the sense of the internet, without having to go try to meet them in real life. Let's go on to the next slide.